The next feature that we will introduce is accounting. This feature at first glance may look intimidating and overwhelming. However, it is designed with a simple layout of a typical checking account balancing book, with the exception of it allowing you unlimited accounts in here, which makes it more like a multiple checking accounts balancing book. Now, when you first start this feature, it will always get you the quick view of all of your accounts and their balances first. And of course, in your case, this will be empty because you'll be running it for the first time as you watch this tutorial, because you haven't entered any data in here really in the accounting. However, we've made some mock-up accounts and fictitious balances in here, as you can see, in order to show you this feature better. Now we'll go ahead and show you how to create a new account. Let's say we want to create a new account right now. We'll click the Add button to add an account. It's asking us to just name this new account. Let's just name it New Account and click OK. Now the software is letting us know that in order for the new account to be saved, we must enter at least one transaction immediately. That's like an initial deposit. Of course, you don't create an account and have zero balance in it. You usually put some initial deposit in there. So let's go ahead and select the deposit option out of the three transaction choices, and we gotta designate who it is from or who is depositing to this bank account. Let's just say business, as in our business or whatever, but you can put any company name or any personal name of the entity that is depositing in this case. Category, let's just call it initial balance, or you can call it initial deposit, whatever you like really. You make up your own categories, you make up everything in here. We're going to skip the memo field, but it's self-explanatory. You can write any kind of a text message in here regarding this transaction, any kind of a memo. We'll skip the check number field, which is used to enter a check number if this transaction involves a check, for easier tracking later on, of that check. Now, the date field is just fine. It's going to usually be pre-filled with today's date, but if you click on it, it gives you different choices. You can manually type in whatever date you like. You can go forward or backwards for whatever reason you need. The amount, let's say this initial deposit will be $500, and as soon as we click submit in here, it will populate in the grid up here. So now we have a new account with at least one transaction in it, and this will be saved in our drop down menu of accounts. Of course, we have multiple accounts in this case in here because we've created them all for this purpose of this video tutorial. You will have it all empty but this new account that you just created. Now in order to show you some few different methods of transactions, we'll go ahead and select, let's say, a different account like this business account in here, and as soon as we select the account, it gives us the details of the account. Of course, you can scroll up and down, see the history, whatever. And the way this grid looks like is, you can notice the first column in here is check ID or check number. This is where the check numbers will be, if any, related to these transactions. What we enter in this field here, check number. This is the date, obviously, of each transaction. The payee, this would be whoever's withdrawing and depositing into the account at that certain transaction. This column C in here, which may also have a lot of blanks, is to designate whether or not this transaction has cleared yet in your financial institution, like in your bank. That's this option in here. You can mark any transaction as cleared or not cleared with your financial institution. It helps a lot when you're trying to compare what you have, whether it matches or not with your bank. Maybe you have like online banking, you want to see what's cleared yet, what hasn't cleared, and you can mark the things that have cleared as cleared in here. Next column is withdrawal. This is where the amounts for withdrawal go, and the next one is deposit. Amounts for deposit go here, and the last column is balance, which is a running total, running balance on each row with each transaction. Now we'll go ahead and show you a different transaction. Let's say withdrawal. We're going to select withdrawal from the 3 type of transactions in here, and let's say we want this one to be cleared. Let's say it cleared already in the bank, we're just entering it late or whatever. So pay to, we have to say who we're paying with this withdrawal. Let's say I don't know, some name of a company that we get supplies from for our business. Okay, let's name it Scan Source. This was autofilled for us to help us type faster, just because we've entered these kind of examples before in here for the purpose of this video tutorial. We've run some tests and you know, put some data in here. However, for you it will not start autofilling immediately. It will start autofilling as soon as you have some data in your database for accounting, so it like senses what you want to type and what you want to do, because a lot of transactions many times repeat, or a lot of things about those transactions repeat, like who you're paying to or who's paying to you, categories and so on. That's why they pre-filled our category in here. Otherwise, in your experience, you will actually right now have a blank field in here, and you will be able to type in the category. And of course, even if something pre-fills and you don't like it, you can keep on typing, change it, whatever. So let's say stick to business expenses. Well, advertising is fine, whatever, is just an example. Memo we'll leave empty. Once again, check number, let's leave it empty once again. Or here, let's put in a check number. Date is fine, today's date, and amount, let's go at $200. As soon as I click submit, it will create that transaction. As you can see with a C in here, because we selected it to be cleared. Right, this is the check number in here, date, and withdrawal amount and running total. Now we'll go ahead and select a transfer type of transaction. Now as you can see, the view changed a little bit in here, because for transfer we also have to designate which account we're transferring from and which account we're transferring to. This is for when you want to transfer some amount from these accounts that you're running in here. They don't all have to be in the same financial institution. All these accounts don't have to be in the same bank, but we're talking about accounts that are that we're running in this accounting feature, that we're, you know, running data on in this accounting feature, that are contained in here. So let's say we're gonna take money out from this business account, right, and we're gonna put that money into the checking account of the company, or some private checking account, let's say, of some of our employees or something, or maybe we have a checking account with like a debit card that we give to our employees for expenses or whatever. So yeah, let's call that pay to whoever is the beneficiary of this deposit, let's say, which is technically a deposit into a checking account, right? A withdrawal from the business account, deposit into checking account. Let's say cash, let's just call it cash, for some trip expenses here. That's going to be our category, trip expenses. Memo will leave empty, check number no, and amount, let's say $500. So we're transferring $500 from the business account to a checking account for cash for trip expenses. As soon as you hit submit, that's entered right here. Now you can see there's an empty field in here because I didn't select for this to be cleared. Right now, from this account, BOA business, this business account, this is a withdrawal of $500. Now it should show it into the checking account as a deposit, because we took from this account and put it into checking, and there it is, $500 deposit. Now let's say this eventually clears in the bank and we want to mark it as cleared. We just gotta edit this transaction as cleared. So you select it, select the transaction in question, click edit. Cleared is the thing we want to edit out in here, and just click submit, and it will change it to a cleared transaction. So that's it for this video tutorial. However, keep watching. The next video tutorial will continue on talking about the accounting feature and show you some more options in it.